What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to MKE MANIACI, man. Survivor Series 2025 War Games is officially in the books. We got to talk about it, man. So I got some notes here. I got my opinions on the show overall, which I'm going to, say at the end of the video what I thought about the overall show. But we have 4 matches. We started it off the 39th Survivor Series with the Women's War Games. We had AJ Lee, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Charlotte, and Alexa Bliss versus Lash Legend, Nia Jax, Becky Lynch, and the Women's Tag Team Champions, Asuka and Kairi Sane. Off the rip, there was no Shark Cage this year. This was kind of like more of a, countdown Royal Rumble style. They came out, made their entrances after, the however many minutes until the next person came out. Io Sky never disappoints. I have that in my notes. You can't have a women's War Games match without Io Sky. Her stunts with the garbage can every year, it's always exciting and fun to watch. Lash Legend. Salute Lash Legend. I can tell that WWE is very, very well invested in Lash, and she is going to be the next big star, the next company investment in the years going forward, man. Lash is definitely going to be up there. This was a major look to be in the ring with veterans like Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley and, Asuka. Like, this is a major look for Lash. So this is only the start for her too. So AJ Lee ended up making Becky Lynch tap out with the Black Widow. This was kind of a finish I feel like we all kind of seen coming. And I don't think that we're going to see the end of AJ Lee and Becky Lynch anytime soon. I could honestly see this heading into 2026. I wouldn't be surprised if this headed into WrestleMania in some way, being infused in a major match at WrestleMania. Overall, the Women's War Games match, it was as good as any main roster War Games match could be. I've said it before, I feel like NXT executed the War Games match perfectly. And I mean, that's because of talent like Io Sky, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save it for the end of the video. But Team Rhea ended up getting the win in this match. I got that correct on my predictions. Where do we go from here, though? Does Rhea Ripley continue teaming with Io? Does she set her sights back on the Women's World Championship? Like I said, I feel like, the big money match is Stephanie versus Rhea. But, when it comes down to the women's division, for some reason, it's just all filler matches until we hit WrestleMania season. And then that's when they decide to give us the matches we actually want to see when it comes down to the women. But I could see Rhea moving back into that category. I could see AJ Lee, if she is going to stick around, possibly also moving up on the card. Like I said, her and Becky are going to continue to go at it. The Kabuki Warriors are still tag team champs. I can see them holding those titles into Mania. We get some type of multi-women tag match, how they do it with that. And yeah, I mean, those are all my takeaways from the Women's War Games match. Outcome that we kind of seen coming. But anyway, moving on. We got John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio. The Intercontinental Championship was on the line. This was John Cena's last ever premium live event. As soon as Dominic came out with Roxanne and Raquel at his side, I kind of knew something was up. In the predictions, I had Dominic Mysterio winning back his Intercontinental Championship. There was a point in the match, Dom did a similar move to what Penta did last Monday on Raw. He came down kind of awkwardly. It looked really bad. And I'm like, oh man, Dom is hurt. He's out. What is going to happen? Are they still going to change the title if he can't compete anymore? But it was a genius move. Genius writing. I will give creative that. That was genius writing, because I thought Dom was legitimately hurt. But it opened the opportunity while he was being checked on for Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez to put the beats on John Cena. Dom would take advantage, or at least try to take advantage. Couldn't get it done there. They get thrown out. Roxanne and Raquel back to the back of the locker room. And we get more Judgment Day shenanigans. Of course, Finn Balor and JD McDonough get involved. We get the double AA, which was a great thing to see. At least one last time from Cena. It brings back memories to WrestleMania 25 when John Cena did it to Big Show and Edge. Incredible, man. And, Liv Morgan. I was not expecting this. Just when you think Cena is about to close this match out, we're calling for a ref and Liv Morgan's music hits. I was not honestly expecting to see Liv until the Royal Rumble at the earliest. But Liv comes out and I'm like, oh, it's going down. Liv's been seeing what's been going on and the looks Roxanne's been giving Dom. Oh, she's not going to be happy about that. Judgment Day kind of moved on without her. She's not going to be happy about that. Oh, man, I want to change my predictions. She hits Dom. She attacks Dominic Mysterio. And I'm like, yo. And then she jumps in John Cena's arms like AJ Lee used to jump in Punk's arms back in 2012. And I'm like, wait a minute. Are we seeing some impromptu love story with John Cena and Liv Morgan? Like, it's a lot was going on there. She gave the look. Low blow John Cena. Pushed him into the 619, a title off the head and a frog splash. The 1, 2, 3. Dominic Mysterio is a two-time Intercontinental Champion with help from the returning Liv Morgan. You know, like I said, Dominic Mysterio being Intercontinental Champion still holds so much equity, so much weight. You know, it was great to see Cena become a Grand Slam champion. But like I said, it wouldn't have made any sense, at least to me, for him to go into his last match as Intercontinental Champion. Give the title back to Dom. Great move, great call on that. But afterwards, man, seeing Cena get out of the ring, you know, it kind of hits you. It kind of hit me during his entrance where I was like, you know, this is his next time we're going to see this entrance is going to be his last ever match. His last time in the jorts. His last time in the colorful shirt. It's going to be the last time. He has one more appearance left. 2 weeks from now, John Cena is going to have his final match in WWE, and he is officially done. That's a crazy thing to think about, man. And that's all I was thinking as he's walking up the stage to the back. It's like, man, the next time we're going to see John Cena is his retirement match. It's crazy, man. So, yeah, next up, we had Stephanie Vaquer defending the Women's World Championship against Nikki Bella. I don't really have too much to say about this match. This match wasn't really, you know, like I said on the predictions, man, this is just a filler matches right now when it comes down to whoever the Women's World Champion is. Filler matches until WrestleMania season. We know how this goes. But yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone saw any possible way that Nikki would win this match. I don't think that was even a possibility in anybody's mind. Stephanie Vaquer retained the women's championship. You know, Stephanie Vaquer again proving that she is the future of the division. I'm just ready. What I'm ready with Stephanie Vaquer, I'm ready for her to be in more exciting. I mean, and no disrespect to Nikki Bella, but I want to see Stephanie Vaquer and Rhea Ripley. I want to see Stephanie Vaquer and Becky Lynch. I want to see Stephanie Vaquer and Charlotte Flair. I want to see these big money matches, man. And it seems like they're just holding back on doing it. It's like, why do we have to dangle the possibility of marquee matches only for WrestleMania? Why can't we do stuff like that at a Survivor Series or at a freaking whatever pay-per-view PLE they got, WrestlePalooza, like something major, man. But Stephanie Vaquer ended up retaining over Nikki Bella. What's next? Stephanie's probably going to sit back and see who wins the Women's Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber to see who faces her at Mania. I see her holding the title into WrestleMania. So now on to the main event. Men's War Games, man. Team Cody versus Team Brock. So, what I got from this match, interesting note, when Cody Rhodes came out, you know, and he's helping CM Punk, and he inadvertently elbows CM Punk in the face. I feel like there's something there. Punk was caught off guard by it, and it's just been little seeds being planted. Little seeds being planted, even from, you know, Punk or Cody Rhodes tried to get the fist bump from Punk on Raw a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if anybody noticed that, and Punk didn't give him a fist bump. Cody kind of was left hanging. I don't know if it just also probably bleeds into this inevitable heel turn that we're probably going to see from Cody Rhodes. You know, with WrestleMania coming up, and I'll get to that in a second, I feel like Cody's going to enter a different chapter of his career here pretty soon. And I think that was kind of like setting up a little bit for that, maybe. Or maybe it could also play into the fact that Cody's been getting attacked, but McIntyre and everybody, like maybe he's a little paranoid, and, you know, it's kind of adding into that character storytelling of, man, I got to keep my guard up at all times. I don't know who's out to get me next. But yeah, Cody elbowing CM Punk was very, very interesting to see. Brock Lesnar destroys everyone, including Roman Reigns. So Lesnar came out, did Brock Lesnar things, F5, Suplex City, F5, Suplex City. You know how Brock get down, man. Destroyed absolutely the entire field. Other than that, the Masked Man coming into the match and curb stomping CM Punk. This was all a mind game. So for a split second, I'm like, oh, it's Seth. Seth's back. But I'm like, wait, if it's Seth, he would have attacked Braun. Braun kind of looked a little startled. It's not Seth. I was hoping they would unveil who this person was, because he stumped CM Punk. Braun Breaker got the win over CM Punk. He pinned the World Heavyweight Champion. Who is this Masked Man? So there's a few names that I'm kind of thinking of who it could be. The top of the list is Austin Theory. We haven't seen Austin Theory in a very long time. It seems the tag team with Grayson Waller is long done. Theory has been MIA. This would be a perfect place to fit Theory into the vision with Braun and Bronson and Paul Heyman. This would be money right there. A great opportunity to get some legitimacy back on the name of Austin Theory. And the build of the guy, the stance of the guy, the athletic abilities that we saw for those few seconds reminded me, the mannerisms reminded me so much of Austin Theory. So that's one person I feel like that Masked Man could be. The other, Carmelo Hayes. So I saw this theory of some people possibly saying Carmelo, and it would make sense, even though Melo just went babyface. This could be something that could catapult Melo up the rankings in 2026. I mean, he's due for a big push. Something like this, aligning him with the genius mind of Paul Heyman, you can't go wrong with. The third person, Randy Orton. I'm not too keen on build. I mean, Randy's a little tall, so I don't think it's Randy Orton. I don't see why Randy Orton would attack CM Punk, but then again, we haven't seen Randy Orton in a while. Why not, right? The fourth person, I think it is Chris Jericho. So we've been hearing rumors of Chris Jericho signing back with the WWE and his eventual retirement tour that he's going to be going on. And we know the history with Chris Jericho and CM Punk. Oh, they go back about being the best in the world. They go way back. So there could be something there as well if Jericho is the Masked Man. So those are the four, but the top of my list, it's gotta be Austin Theory. That's who I think it is. I think it's Austin Theory, man. So yeah, Braun Breaker pinning CM Punk. Of course, this is planting the seeds for the inevitable time when Braun Breaker is gonna dethrone CM Punk. Whether that be at the Royal Rumble or whether it be at WrestleMania, it's happening, and this is just clear indication they are all in on Braun Breaker. If you haven't got all the hints by now, Braun is that next guy. You can say he's the next Brock Lesnar, the next John Cena. Either way, he's going to be the next World Heavyweight Champion. Then afterwards, so we get this kind of stare down, you know, Roman Reigns, fist bump CM Punk. You know, he came in clutch for Punk this year the way Punk came in clutch for him last year at War Games. But it was some tension between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. And I kind of thought about this before Survivor Series. I'm thinking of, you know, the WrestleMania card, and I'm like, they have to absolutely do Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes 3. I mean, they each have a win on each other. Roman needs that championship back in his mind. He wants that gold back. Can he prove to Cody that he can do this without a bloodline? I feel like they're going to run it back for WrestleMania, and I feel like this is kind of where Cody Rhodes' good guy character is going to get kind of exposed a little bit. Being on screen with Roman Reigns and just the polarizing popularity, that the aura, as the kids say, that comes with Roman Reigns, I feel like this is going to be a very, very interesting WrestleMania, you know, next year, WrestleMania 42. But I think they're definitely planting the seeds. I currently have Roman Reigns as the favorite of mine to win the Royal Rumble in 2026. Does he need it? No, but I feel like, you know, it's gonna happen. But yeah, overall, so Team Brock ended up getting the win, but overall Survivor Series this year really wasn't that good to me. I feel like you know, I'm old school in my own, you know, I'm kind of stuck in a certain era when it comes to the wrestling that I like. I think they should revert back to SmackDown versus Raw. Bring the brand split back and actually make it mean something like we used to do back in 2005. Like, bring that back. You know, I feel like War Games has kind of been done. I mean, give it back to NXT. We saw some of the most entertaining War Games matches in NXT. I feel like it's kind of run its course as far as being a main roster thing, and you putting teams together, and it's like, I feel like it's turning into what the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view was, you know, and why you had to get rid of it, because it's like, why do we need to have a Hell in a Cell when we don't really need a Hell in a Cell? You know what I mean? That's just kind of what I feel. Next year is the 40th anniversary of Survivor Series. I feel like they should revert it back to the 5-on-5 traditional style. SmackDown versus Raw. Give us a legit draft. Keep people exclusive to their shows. This is just my opinion. And give us just good old-fashioned SmackDown versus Raw brand supremacy like we used to have. I know, I'm an old man. Get with the times, grandpa. This and that. It's War Games, the weapons, the cage and all. I get the, you know, the love for it, but I just feel like it's kind of lost its sight though, man. I feel like it's kind of lost its sight, and WWE in a lot of ways needs to get back to the basics, man. What really brought them to the race? And I just feel like War Games should be an NXT thing, honestly, man. But like, keep it, but like I said, just give it to NXT. But anyway, overall, man, it wasn't like a bad PLE. It just wasn't exciting. Nothing really crazy happened. We got Liv returning and the masked person, but you know, as far as the War Games match, there was really no memorable moments from it, from either of them, in my opinion. But yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think about it, man. New to the channel, hit that subscribe button for me, and I'll see y'all in the next video. It's your boy MKE MANIACI. I'm out.